Hello, RAP students. I am Dr. Smith. I'm here today to do another lesson in measurement and data. This lesson is going to be dealing with perimeter and area. Since we've already covered length, now we can talk about perimeter and area. And again, in order for people that work in construction, engineers, pretty much anybody that needs to build something might want to know what kind of space they're working with or something of that nature. So you might want to know the perimeter. The perimeter is just the distance around a shape. So any shape, that's the perimeter. So how you get perimeter is you measure all of the sides together of the shape. And I think we can do that. Addition, that's not too bad. So we're going to start off with using squares. So I'm going to draw a square. And from that square, I'm going to draw some more squares. Let's just say each one of these squares, a square equals 1 centimeter. We're going to use centimeters. That's a part of the metric system that everybody in the world knows and they will use. So if that's the case, this whole side is 1 centimeter plus 1 centimeter in length. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. So we have 2 centimeters. Make sure that you have your units, because if you're talking centimeters and somebody else is talking inches, then you're not speaking the same language. Same number, wrong unit. Since each one of these squares is a centimeter, this length will be 1 centimeter plus 1 centimeter, which will be 2 centimeters also. Now let's add this side. It's 1 centimeter plus 1 centimeter, which equals 2 centimeters. Let's get that out of the way there. And this length is going to be 1 centimeter plus 1 centimeter, which is 2 centimeters. So now we have to add each side. So the first side is going to be 2. We're going to drop the centimeters just for a second. Plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And now we have to add it. But here's the thing. You can add them all using addition, but what's another shortcut you can use? You can use multiplication. 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same as 2 times 4. Does anybody know what 2 times 4 equals? 2 times 4 is 8. Even if you want to count by twos, 2, 4, 6, 8, it's still 8. Now, make sure you don't forget your units, which is a centimeter. That's how we write it for short, centimeter. And so now, your perimeter for this shape is 8 centimeters. You've done it. So let's now try one without the squares. So what do you have to do when you don't have squares? You have to go back to your measuring tools. You would, on a piece of paper, I'll use a small ruler here. You would use a ruler to create your straight line. Let's see if I can do this without messing up this ruler. Kinda. And then you would do another one, and I'm not going to make it quite the same length. I'll pick some length, let's see. And then we do this one. Ooh. And then we finish it off. Not too bad for somebody who can't draw so well. So because I use the ruler, a ruler is how many inches? 12 inches. I use the full length of the ruler, so we're going to make that 12 inches. And that's the short way of putting inches. And so it's the same on this side and this side. Now down here, I made this 9 inches. I was paying attention on the ruler. Remember, all the units have to be the same. 9 inches. So now, let's figure out what the perimeter is. We'll start up top. 9 plus 12 plus 9 plus 12. Now there's a shortcut to this. There are 2 9s and 2 12s. So you could also do 9 times 2 and 12 times 2. 9 times 2 is 18. 12, a bigger number if you're having issues with the 12s. 12 times 2, not too big of a number, the 2, equals 24. So if you know how to add those two numbers together, and I think you can do it, 8 plus 4 is 12. So we're going to put the 2 down here, and we're going to carry the 1 up top to the next digit. Now, 1 plus 2 equals 3. Add 1. That's 4. All right, so we know that these numbers equal 42. Now we can't forget our inches. There you go. So we have our answer. Always make sure that you make it clear what your answer is. That is your perimeter. So now you have a handle on how to do a perimeter. I need for you to stay tuned though. Pay attention because we got something good coming up after this. Next part, we're going to create something great. Now we're going to talk about the area. Now the area is what you measure to find what the space is inside of a shape. So let's say that you want to build a house and you need to know how much land that you have to build this house or something of that nature. So the land is within the perimeter, within the space. So how we're going to find that out is using this formula. Length times width. So I'm going to start out with a square. So the length would be here and here. So I'm just going to pick a number. Let me see what number, 10. And I'm going to put it on each side. And really, because this is a square has equal sides, all equal sides. So that makes it kind of easy for me. So I'm just going to put 10. But something's missing. This side is the width. What's missing though from my numbers? 10 units. We're going to choose, let's do yards. This is the short version of yards. So if this is the width, and this is the length, we're going to use the big L just so we... How are we going to find out what the area is? So we're going to go area equals length times width. So the length is 10 times the width, which is 10. So who knows the math facts 10 times 10? We used to be excited when we learned that one right off the bat. So let me show you a shortcut. When you have numbers, each number has a 0. Just count the number of zeros you have. We have 1, 2 zeros. Let's go ahead and put those here. Now, all you have to add are the other numbers that are non-zero numbers. What is 1 times 1? It is 1. And so now you have your number. But if you know the math fact, that's great too. So now we have to add our units. Our units are yards. So you now know that the area, which is short for A, is equal to 100 yards. Now that we know how to calculate perimeter and area, we can actually start designing, just like an architect or anyone who is trying to build something. We can design. That means that we're going to come up with what it's going to look like before we actually build it. So we're going to do a floor plan for a house. So the first thing we need to do is have a perimeter. Just draw it. That's all you got to do. So we don't have graph paper with squares, but if you did, this will make it easier. Let me get my ruler out. I might need the bigger one because I'm not great at drawing, as I said before. So here we go. I'm going to start from here. I'm going to choose a rectangle. See, I'm still not that straight, but better than I could have been. I'm going to go for a rectangle. Okay, we have our perimeter. Now, we're going to start adding rooms. So let's see. I might need a small ruler now. I'm going to put my living room right here. Now I'm going to put a small bathroom right here. On this side, my kitchen is going to be right here. Let's see. Make it a little bit bigger. I'm not the best at this. I don't do this like some people do for a living. So please be nice. And the bedrooms are going to be in the back. So I think what I'm going to do is have another bedroom right here. And then the door is going to be right here. Here's my door. Okay? So this is going to be my living room. And this is going to be my den. And here's the bathroom. And my kitchen. Bedroom. number 1, and bedroom number 2. And I think I'm going to make this, let me think about it. I was going to do something special. But we have to put in our bathrooms for the bedrooms. Oops, I just erased it. I'm trying. That was pretty good, freehand. Let's see if I can do this one. There we go. Am I missing a room? So let's make this the sunroom. Now, what you can do is measure the perimeter of the sides. I'm not going to do all that right now, but you can use your ruler to measure the perimeter. You measure each side. This is the first side, second side, third side, and fourth side, and then you add them all together. But you also need to get to the area. So once you have one of the lengths and one of the widths, you can come up with the area. So let's say that you would do the perimeter is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, the sides. And the area would be, let's use 1 times 2. And you will come up with those. But you can go a step further and you can do it for each room. And you can even put it in the box, what the area is for each room. Now, if you're using graph paper and you have squares, make sure you put a key up here in a box that tells 1 square equals, if you want to use inches, say how many inches. If it's 1 square equals 6 inches, then do that. If it's 1 foot, do that. So when somebody's looking at your drawing, they'll know what it is drawn to scale. And that is how you do a floor plan using perimeter and area. I thank you for your time, and I did enjoy working with you. Just remember, exercise your mind as well as your body.